Are we filming right now? Oh, my bad. Sorry. No, it's okay. Forget it. We'll talk about it after. Cool. What's up? I am a lot less tolerant towards most injustices of the world. I take it a lot more personal. I take it a lot more to heart. I'm seeing people of my skin color who look like me being tortured, ravaged, murdered, assassinated all around the world. And it bothers me because every time this happens, I see myself in those people, like it could be me. A lot of people have this ability to separate themselves from the others. They have this ability to not think about the drama, the chaos of the world until it hits home. And I lack that ability. Us as Black people, we are being fetishized in all aspects of culture. And a lot of us don't realize it. A lot of us encourage it. A lot of us participate in it. And the perpetrators don't see anything wrong with it. It's like we're on display at a zoo every single time. And it really bothers me. And I started calling out brands and companies who weren't really getting it, you know? And some of them got it. Some of them have made changes. Some of them had really taken into account what was being said. But a lot of times it was just performative. It didn't mean anything to them. They put up a black box. They donated $10 to a charity and they felt like they were doing their part. So I think it's super important as a melanated creative to speak up, to speak out, and to not let anyone disrupt this continued flow of consciousness and this awakening that's been happening within our spaces. When people feel that they're doing their part, I think it's important to let people know you're not doing enough. Using Black people in your lookbooks, it's not enough. Using Black people to be your models at Paris Fashion Week is not enough. Because when you go to these companies, there's no one that looks like me working there. When you play hip hop in your clubs and I can't get into your club, that's a problem. When you use our aesthetic, our lingo, our language that we've developed and cultivated to sort of advance your company, your resources, your agenda, but we can't get a job in your establishment, that's a problem. And I think it happens so often that we confuse that with diversity. You know, you look at Paris Fashion Week, you know, every second, third model is a Black person. You're like, wow, diversity. No, the reason why they use melanated dark skin is because we are the essence of what's cool, what's captivating, popular culture. So it sells. It sells to the masses. And because people know this, that's their first instinct. Let's use melanated people that have a cool, rugged look to sell our products in luxury, high fashion, streetwear, because it works. I want to team up with creatives and literally take over the world because from my vantage point, I feel like I know how to take over the world. I know how to do it. I look at everything from a psychological lens and I've seen behind the curtains. I've seen how the watch works. A lot of it's fake, man. A lot of it's not real. A lot of it's not organic. A lot of people don't have the taste level you assume they have. A lot of people don't have the knowledge you assume that they have. A lot of people are imposters. So when you realize these facts and you know that the world is in beta, you actually know that anything is possible. It's literally a mindset. And when you realize that your mind can take you further than what anyone has told you, and all the fences and glass that they've put up to prevent you from doing it, when you realize that this is a big illusion, you can shatter the glass and get to the next level. And I feel like an updated version of myself is a person who can really take it there. But obviously I have to overcome my own shortcomings in order to get there. But my mind knows I can take it there. Like, I feel like I can be a superhero. And there's no one that can stop me. Not anyone that can stop me except myself. When you start doing things that you're passionate about for money, it changes your perspective. And it adds pressure to have to perform at a certain level. But I just want to create. And I believe that the world belongs to the creators. So if I could be on a secluded beach somewhere with my family just creating without the pressure of the world, without having to be a superhero, that's the duality I struggle with, because I have to figure out how to sustain myself as a creative versus becoming a superhero so I can make it for myself and others. What's truly important is conversations with your loved ones, time with your loved ones, preserving life. But we're so caught up in this other world, right? And you're seeing people who look like me literally eradicate other people who look like me off the face of the earth. Because we're deciding that you shouldn't be here because you're an op. This is what's happening right now in the world, in major cities. The music glorifies this. The money and the labels encourage it. It's to a point now where you can't even walk around with nice things because you have to decide if you're going to protect it with your life or if you're going to be a punk and give it up and get ridiculed online. This is the dilemma that a lot of young people are facing nowadays. I'm seeing videos of couples just eating at a restaurant and people rolling up on them and taking their purse and their watch. And it's like, and if you don't agree, you might get eradicated off the face of the earth, right? If you talk badly about me online, I might spin the block and take you off of this earth. And then we're going to volunteer ourselves to go back into legal slavery, because the jail system is slavery. In the United States of America, it is legal to have inmates work for corporations for free or for pennies. Slave labor. If you're aware of how much money the music industry is making off of black murder, it's astonishing. I even hear that some of these companies take out insurance on these artists. So when they're killing themselves and their album goes 30 times platinum or whatever, streams, whatever, people are making money. So it's encouraged, right? So as a creative, when you are creating these moments, because this is your lifestyle, how you're living, what you're seeing, and don't get me wrong, I'm not just blaming the music. It's so deep and complex and layered and nuanced. I'm just saying that when you look at it from that perspective, none of that makes sense. We're still fighting the same fight. We're still fighting police brutality in 2022. Every day or every other day, you hear a story of police using unnecessary, unjust, most times lethal force against people who look like me. The Black Panther Party was fighting that 60 years ago. The Bloods and the Crips started that 70 years ago as protection in neighborhoods from the same issue. So it's not that you have to stop fighting. You have to realize that the system is engineered this way. Whenever a body drops, I just feel there's a system that benefits from it. Whenever a body gets incarcerated, a system benefits from it. So it is emotionally draining. And this is why I think it's important to have these conversations to hopefully repair the imagination of some people to see things from a different perspective that would allow them to see that there's a higher mission, a higher life force, that there is more to life than what we know. And there is a God that governs all of this. And I think if we're able to get that message out to people, it might shift some paradigms. The work shouldn't stop, but just know that it's an impossible battle to win trying to just save one person, because the system would not allow this change. It would not allow it. It would not allow it. If you had a potion or a spell, whatever, to stop gang wars in our city or in any other city, you would become the enemy. People benefit from all of this. If you can unify everyone to be on a specific code to stop doing these types of things, the world will not be ready and you would probably be assassinated. If you've lost people to the game, you probably have PTSD. If you've been in traumatic situations and you survived, you probably have PTSD. If you're constantly walking around, looking over your shoulders, worry about the ops, worry about enemies, you probably have PTSD. If you're worried about cops pulling you over and beating you up, or you're worried about everyday life, not getting a job, being discriminated against, all the drama that comes with like living, you probably have untreated PTSD. Getting out of your neighborhood, getting out of your radius, getting out of your block gives you perspective. And when you have perspective, you then develop a point of view. And if you have a point of view, you become unique. And when you become unique, you can create unique perspectives. This is why I think traveling is important. Grasping worldly things is important. Be on the search for the nuance. Be on the search for the understanding, you know? To bring it back full circle, if you love Black people and you love Black culture and you love Black music, go deeper. Find out everything you need to find out about what makes it dope, why you're attracted to it, how it came about. Understand the nuances, the layers. Speak to your friends about deeper subjects to understand the things you might not know. to break down the ignorance you might have. Go deeper. Immerse yourself into the things that you're not aware of if you say you love it.